What up YouTube? So earlier on I did a video called the Fitness Crash Course. Now before we get started, if you haven't seen the videos I've done before here, you can find them up here or in the description box below. So I've been kind of reluctant to make this video as it's something that I'm still on the journey to getting to, but I've experienced quite a lot and come across a lot of knowledge and I decided to share it. So on to the video. The first thing you need to remember is that there's no magical solution to losing fat. If someone tells you about magical pills and all of that, it's a scam. There is no easy way out. First thing you need to remember is to be in a caloric deficit of around 300 to 500 calories. This is a stable amount of weight loss and will prevent you from losing too much muscle. When it comes to protein requirements, you need at least 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. And this is an adequate amount so that you don't lose too much muscle and you lose fat in a stable fashion. Lose weight just by dieting and not by doing any exercise, but in the long run that won't help because your body always adapts. When it comes to workouts, you want to focus on anaerobic exercises as your priority and aerobic exercises as a secondary exercise. Anaerobic is anything that's high intensive that keeps you gassed out, like sprinting, heavy lifting, and aerobic is like walking, light swimming, jogging, cycling, that type of thing. I call this the SSSBORWD protocol, and it's something that I've been trying to follow, and it's all the key most intense exercises that you should aim for doing. So squatting, deadlifting, sandbags. Sandbags are incredible for your whole body and it's like real world strength, like carrying a person. Sprinting. If there's no other exercise, you should stick with sprinting because it just makes you feel badass, like a superhero. You get the point. So EPOC. Anaerobic exercises will push your heart rate right to its maximum, especially intense sprinting. I find it's the most advanced. So you want to keep it a little less if you are not that conditioned. When you do anaerobic exercises, it depletes your carb supply and it leads to something called EPOC, which causes your heart rate to burn and your metabolism to be really fast, and you burn oxygen, and that leads to fat burning when you're at rest, and it can last for up to 2 days. In the long run, this is very effective because you're effectively burning calories right when you're sleeping and doing nothing. So intermittent fasting, this is something I've been doing, and the goal of this is to deplete your carb supply and lower your insulin, which is a fat storing hormone. When you lower your fat storing hormone, fat burning hormones will then increase, such as testosterone, growth hormone, glucagon, and so the goal of this is that when your insulin is at its lowest, that's when your fat burning is at its highest. You can do 16 hours of fasting, you can do 20 hours of fasting, you can do a whole day of fasting. So the Ketogenic Diet. Now this is also really famous and there's a lot of research behind it, and I do think it could be effective. I haven't tried it, but basically it's going really low carb, like virtually no carbs, and filling your daily food needs with protein and mainly fat. So it's going to be a lot of nuts, it's going to be a lot of peanut butter, avocado, oils, these type of things, and it's said to really speed up fat loss. The thing is that it's really tough for most people, so I would recommend it as a last resort. Fat burners. So there's a lot of supplements out there that are considered fat burners. Now, a fat burner is not a magical solution. Some of them possibly work if they're in the right dosage of ingredients, if they have the right ingredients, and some of them don't work. I would recommend you use a fat burner only in the last stages of your fat loss. So if you're someone who's overweight or a little bit obese and you struggle to do these, it's obviously really difficult to do really hard heavy lifting and things like that. You want to stick to something low intensity like walking, light jogging, treadmill, light swimming exercises, and when you are fitter, then switch to anaerobic exercises as your priority. Weighted cardio. This is my favorite form of cardio. It's basically pushing your heart rate up while you're using weights. So you can be using sandbags, you can be using kettlebells, barbells. Basically, you can be using the hex bar, you can be using tires, any type of equipment. Plateaus. What most people forget is that fat loss is not linear. You don't just lose weight, and it instantly happens. No one loses weight in a bubble. All sorts of things there. There's cortisol, a stress hormone, which can lead to fat. There's stressful lives, there's work, there's school. So when you hit a plateau, you should aim for a refeed day. So at least once every few weeks, once every 2 weeks, once every week, depending on each person, you should aim to have a refeed day where you eat a high level of carbs. Prevents you from adapting, and so you can continue to keep losing fat and not plateau. A deload week. So if you're working out consistently for many weeks, losing fat, you should take a deload week where you just do nothing and you reset your body to get lazy again. So take a week or 2 off, just do nothing, just do light stuff, and that helps to reset your body so that you can now get back into it. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think in the comments below. I will see you in the next video.